Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard weekly update. My name's James, and today we'll be going through the cards shown throughout the past 7 days. Starting off this week, we have the singular grade 2 for Megacolony, Water Gang. His skill is auto rearguard circle when it stands, cost counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul, and draw 2 cards. Now this can activate by skills such as Spark Herculeses, or can even activate simply in your stun phase. You can even reuse the same card thanks to Stag Beetle bringing it back out from the soul. It's a good budget option to Machining Mantis, or even to work alongside it if you're aiming for high draw power. Winged Dragon Sky Terror for Tachikaze is a grade 1 with the exact same skill as his original version of auto when it is retired from rearguard circle during your turn, cost counterblast 1 and return this card to your hand. We haven't seen much counterblasting from Tachikaze yet, so you should be able to fuel this quite easily, and getting 10,000 shield back to hand mid-battle phase will help prepare you for the next turn. The big clan of the week is Spike Brothers. They have their VR with General Safried. His skill is Act, Vanguard Circle, cost, counterblast 1 and put one of your rearguards into your soul. Search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as the card's old for the cost. Call it to rearguard circle. Until the end of the turn, this unit and that unit get plus 10,000 power, and shuffle your deck. This achieves both a huge field and deck thinning. You can use it multiple times during your turn to get a better chance of getting those triggers, and you're essentially speeding by giving your rearguards temporary force gift power-ups. He has the second skill of auto rearguard circle when its attack cost Soul Blast 2, stand one of your rearguards, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. There is a good chance with such a powered up unit that this attack will hit, so getting to stand one of your rearguards with at least plus 10,000 power could be it. The soul blast isn't much of a cost either, as his previous skill soul charges, and other units go into the soul via their own skills. It will struggle against protect clans the most with the perfect guards they'll get, so you may want to switch up grade 3 depending on what deck you're up against. This also makes Spike Brothers the second clan that are able to retire units in the back row, but luckily Kegro are still the kings of it and don't need to hit to achieve it. Gyro Slinger is a double R grade 1 for Spikes, who works especially well in premium. His skill is auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle when placed, cost, put a card into your soul from your hand, look at the cards from the top of your deck, equal to your Vanguard's grade, call up to 1 card from among them to Rearguard Circle, put the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order, and the called unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. The reason this works so well in pre-V Spikes is because of the old gameplay of mid-battle calling. This also gives you more deck thinning, and any triggers you put to the bottom can be shuffled later with Safried. I think the goal would be to get Brachio or Juggernaut Maximum out as soon as possible with this card. Another card that's good for premium is Spike Bouncer. He's a triple R grade 2, and his first skill is auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle when placed, cost counterblast 1 and soul blast 1, and look at cards from the top of your deck equal to the grade of your Vanguard. Call up to 1 card from among them to Rearguard Circle and put the rest to the bottom of your deck. This would be nicer to use on Vanguard Circle than Gyro Slinger, but has arguably a bigger cost. Still, hand early game is useful, so I'd rather use this guy than Gyro Slinger in the early game. This guy can also increase your defense by calling a grade 2. He also has the second skill of auto rearguard circle at the end of the battle that it attacked, cost counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul, draw a card. This is another nice defensive move, but probably won't be used too often unless you're expecting to superior call next turn through his skill, if you've got another one in hand, or if you're against a retiring clan. Treasured Black Panther is a grade 2 with auto rearguard circle when it attacks, costs Soul Blast 1. This unit gets either plus 5,000 power or plus 15,000 power until the end of the battle. If plus 15,000 power, at the end of the battle, put this unit into your soul. If we do get mid-battle calling, then this will be really good, but for now the plus 15,000 may only be worth it if you think you're going to win with the attack, or if this card has an extra critical or 2. Cheer Girl Franny is a grade 0 with Act, Rearguard Circle, cost, put this unit into your soul, and put a card on the bottom of your deck from your drop zone, and countercharge 1. Although you have to put this in your main deck, this is really good for refueling. It can put key cards back into your deck and countercharge, and the countercharge is always going to be useful with Safried and Spike Bouncer. We have our first spoiler for the next extra booster after this one, with Super Dimensional Robo Dayusha for Dimension Police. He's a grade 3 with the Force marker, and continuous Vanguard Circle. If this unit's power is 35,000 or greater, this unit gets plus 1 critical. It's a much higher number than his previous form, but with the force gifts and it counting boosters, this can actually be just as easy to accomplish as its original form. It also has the second ability of Act, Vanguard Circle once per turn, cost, rest any number of your rearguards. For each unit that was rest, this unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of the turn. We may be getting some similar stand skills to Megacolony for Dimension Police, but currently this appears that this is just a final attempt to get to that 35,000 power. From this, it will be interesting to see what Ultimate Dayusha is going to be like, seeing as he will be the VR of this set for Dimension Police. We also get a bunch of promos this week. First up, we have Chain Attack Sutherland. He's a grade 2 with continuous rearguard circle. If there is a follower Reyes on your rearguard circle, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. If not, this unit gets minus 3,000 power. This applies for your opponent's turn, making him a difficult card to deal with by brute force. His sidekick, Follower Reyes, is a grade 1 and has auto rearguard circle. When placed, one of your other rearguards gets plus 3,000 power until the end of turn. If that unit is Chain Attack Sutherland, it gets plus 5,000 power instead of plus 3,000 power. Her and Sutherland together make a 23,000 power column normally, which is always great to have, as we've seen with Blaster Blade and Wingle, and even a 28k column when you place Reyes down on rearguard circle for the turn. For Oracle Think Tank, we have our first Battle Sister of the V-Series, Battle Sister Torte. She's a grade 2 with continuous Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle. During your turn, if you have 10 or more cards in your hand, this unit gets plus 10,000 power and plus 1 critical. Now 10 cards is quite a hard hand size to accomplish, especially if you're against lots of attacks from an Axel clan. Though the other promo does support her, which is Goddess of Tolerance, O Mina Yome. She's a grade 1 with Act, Rearguard Circle, cost counter plus 1 and retire this unit. Draw 3 cards and at the end of your turn, discard 3 cards from your hand. This does work with Torte to possibly achieve the hand size, but can also be used early game to try and get the early game grade 3 that you want, or use it in the late game as a final chance to try and get powerful attacks in if you're against a clan with heavy retire. The next clan is Royal Paladin with a grade 3 promo, Holy Disaster Dragon. It doesn't have the gift marker, but has auto rearguard circle, vanguard circle. When it attacks, put a card from your hand into your soul. This unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of that battle. If you're willing to spare some hand, this works really well with Soul Saver, as he can charge the soul on rearguard circle. Royals also get a grade 2, Eagle Knight of the Skies. It has the skill of auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle and Guardian Circle. When placed, costs Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets plus 3,000 power and plus 5,000 shield until the end of the turn. Holy Disaster Dragon does fuel this, but it could be best to save it for Soul Saver, though this can work better in the Alfred deck, as less soul gets used there, and intercepting for 10,000 shield is great, as we've seen with the vanilla grade 2s. Knight of Sword is a grade 2 for Nova Grappler with auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle. When placed from hand, costs Soul Blast 1, and 2 of your units get plus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. If you have 5 or more units, they get plus 5,000 power instead of 3,000 power. This can make a big difference if you know some of your units are going to stand, and if given to units on your Excel circles, then they're getting the ability to hit the Vanguard even if your opponent gets a damage trigger. Lastly, we have Queen of Heart, a grade 1 for Novas. Her ability is auto Rearguard Circle once per turn. When the Sentinel is placed on your opponent's Guardian Circle, you may stand this unit. This will be great against Protect clans, and you should always attack with this card first. It will put huge pressure on your opponent not to use Perfect Guards for the whole turn, and King of Sword makes her a much bigger threat. And that's everything for this week. Be sure to check out next week when I'll be going through the cards shown throughout the next 7 days, and if you have any questions about the cards, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!